Greetings, beloved Star Child Rising. You are in Christina's Corner. I'm Christina. Welcome back to another episode of Meditation Musings. So, this morning during the session with the Lyran Royal Council, um, I was shown a vision of a black metal file cabinet. And so I started thinking, okay, so a file cabinet um, is used to keep, well, I keep my important papers in there. Um, and it was, kind of silence. And then I was like, okay, you use a file cabinet to file things away. And then all of the energy started coming in. And then here comes the message. So the message is that sometimes we tend to take everything that happens to us or and just overanalyze it. I do this all the time. Just wondering, like, why did this happen? What is the meaning of this? There must be a reason. Everything happens for a reason. What am I supposed to learn from this? And why is this happening to me? Just you can just go on and on and on. And the message is that sometimes things happen that it is what it is. And then sometimes if it captures your attention, you can acknowledge it and kind of file it away and let it go and understand and know that if it's something that is going to impact your life and it's information um, that is useful for you to know and to grow, that it will be revealed to you in divine time. And so I was like, wow, that's a great message. That's a great message. Thank you. And I was trying to, think that that was the end of it. And it was very clear. They were like, no, no, there's three examples that you're going to be sharing. and so, um, and so I was trying to think of all the things that I try to overanalyze and wonder what this means, what could this possibly mean? And why did somebody say that? Or why, that type of thing. But I have three. My charge is three. So these are the things that came to the forefront. Some things have happened that it's been years. I still have no idea why it happened. Um, but I don't stress about it. But there have been a couple of things that I feel like I do have a good idea of why they happened or how they, were supposed to impact my life. And so I'll talk about those. So the ones that came to mind. So the first thing that came to mind has to do with my first career choice. So I went to school to major in accounting, and I did that because I just, loved math, and I thought it was math, and it wasn't math, and and I didn't like it. I took a job in accounting, and I just did not like it. I mean, it paid good money, but I didn't like what I was doing. And so, upon reflection, I thought about, why did I spend those years in accounting? Um, what was the reason behind that? And I do feel, upon reflection, or many years ago that I spent in accounting, that it was supposed to be a way to help me focus my mind because I needed the practice to do that in the upcoming work that I was eventually going to do that I enjoyed and that I felt called to do. And so, with accounting, I was preparing financial statements and analyzing them and just, sitting in a cubicle crunching out numbers for hours on end. And so I needed to be able to do that when I left accounting and got into education, because in order to be successful at teaching and creating impactful and meaningful um, lesson plans, I had to be able to zone in and put the time in, you know, and not allow my mind to scatter. I'm a double air sign anyway, and so just to scatter, and then my moon is conjunct my Neptune, so just let them imagination and just my mind was always going different places. And so I really needed to that time to really learn how to hunker down. So that was the one of the things that had to do with my time in accounting and in the business world. The other thing that came about in hindsight when I look back is that the my work in accounting and in the corporate sector was my first exposure to equity work. And so that's where it started there. Um, I was chosen to um, work on this task force that was trying to improve the communication between upper management and staff, because it was kind of fractured, and it was um, impacting progress in a negative way. And my department, we were fun loving. We got along well, and I always got my stuff in early. And so having those conversations, authentic conversations, heartfelt conversations about the importance of humanity and not running an organization that is fear based, and make people feel less than they are, is how I began my long career in equity work. And so that was number two. Number three was when I do an astrological reading, I'm always looking to see where the south node is and where the north node is. That's one of the first things I look at, because the south node tells you where you're coming from, where in your past life. What were you like in your past life? What are the lessons that revolved around you, and what did you need to learn? And then your north node tells you what direction and where what you should aspire to work on that will lead to your evolution and growth. Okay, so keep that in mind. So in my past life, my south node was in Capricorn, and so it was pretty much all work and no play, and kind of um, hardworking but self-centered, about myself and about progress and making money, that type of thing. And then in this lifetime, the North Node says, for me to grow and evolve, I need to move towards more Cancerian things. So it's in Cancer. So I need to be more nurturing. I need to be more compassionate, more empathetic, caring, create safe environments, which is all related to what I do for the students that I work with, the colleagues that I work with, um, and that I serve in institutions in the equity work, um, that Cancerian spirit is needed. And it doesn't come naturally when you're a double air sign, especially in Aquarius, which is, known to be a little detached. So I often wondered why, when I had my daughter, wondered why she was a Cancer. And um, when I when I did a comparison chart, a synastry chart of her and myself, I saw that her sun was directly on top of my north node. So I feel like, in hindsight, when I think about it, we set it up that way so that she um, inspires me, and her loving, empathetic, caring, compassionate way and love for family. And she does. I mean, she really has made me want to dig deep into that side and really open it up and evolve in that direction, in the Cancerian way. And we have a very, very close relationship. And so I see now, that there is a reason for that connection. With the Cancer, I was bringing in support and help and love to lead, help let love lead. And so it is. Those are the three ways that I wanted to share in around the topic of the bio cabinet. Okay, love and light to you. See you on the next episode.